Alright, good afternoon. We are at Greenfield Games in Greenfield, Mass. doing a Warhammer 40K 6th edition battle report. It's going to be myself, Bob, playing Grey Knights with Imperial Guard allies versus Brian playing Space Wolves. This is the table. We set it up and we rolled for Big Guns Never Tire mission with Vanguard Strike table sides. Brian's going to show us his beautifully painted Space Wolves.
Alpha Pack Grey Hunters with an attached Wolf Guard. Second squad of Grey Hunters with attached Wolf Guard. Both have power weapons. One has Melta, one has Plasma. Both Wolf Guards have Power Fists and a Combi Melta. Third pack of Grey Hunters with Melta, Power Weapon, attached Wolf Guard with Combi and Power Fist, and a Wolf Priest with Saga the Hunter, which gives him outflank and stealth. My Warlord is a Thunderwolf, Wolf Lord on Thunderwolf with a Frostblade, 2 attached Fenrisian Wolves, and a Thunderwolf Rider with Storm Shield. A Rune Priest with 2 psychic abilities from the Divination discipline, and a pack of Long Fangs with 2 last cannons and 3 missile launchers.
Alright, that's 1,500 points of Space Wolves. I'm going to show you 1,500 points of Grey Knights with Imperial Guard allies. Here's the Librarian with Prescience and Misfortune psychic powers, 2 Servo Skulls, Grey Knight Terminator squad with Psy Cannon, 2 halberds and 3 swords, Grey Knight 10-man strike squad with 2 Psy Cannons and halberds on all the Grey Knights, a Grey Knight Land Raider with Cybolt ammo, a Grey Knight Razorback for half of the strike squad, has heavy bolter and Cybolt ammo, and the allies of the Grey Knights are Imperial Guard Lord Commissar with Power Maul, the classic squad of Suicidal Penal Legionnaires, and a squad of Leman Russ tanks with Battle Cannon, Las Cannon, and Stubbers. I think I have the opportunity. Oh wait, we're gonna now's when I maybe. Oh yeah, we're gonna place objectives, and then we'll see if I can seize the initiative. Brian won for table quarters, and we'll be back. All right, here's big picture of the table. Space Wolves deployment, pretty much lining up along the Vanguard strike line. More wolves here, and the Long Fangs there. It's going to have 1 unit in reserves outflanking. The Guard Penal Legionnaires are here. Tank Squadron here. 5 Grey Knights and a Razorback there. The Terminators are in the Land Raider. And 5 Grey Knights and the Librarian are hiding behind that ridge there. The objectives, we put an objective in each forest, which is going to be mysterious. There's an objective there, an objective there, an objective there, an objective over there, and where's the other objective? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, on the hill. There's an objective on the hill. So 5 objectives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll see if I can steal the initiative. And I don't steal the initiative. Space Wolves will go first. I'll be back with Space Wolves turn 1. So this is the end of Space Wolves turn 1. Here's what the table looks like. And Brian's going to tell us what everybody did.
Okay, the Long Fangs moved up into that ruin, shot 3 missile launchers and 2 last cannons into the Razorback. 1 missile launcher hits, does a penetrating damage, explodes. Resulting wounds killed 2 Grey Knights, but they did pass their pinning check. The 2 packs of Grey Hunters moved up, and the Thunderwolves and the Wolf Lord moved and then ran.
Alright, I'll be back with Grey Knight turn 1. Okay, this is the end of Grey Knight turn 1. Just tell you what happened. The Librarian and Grey Knights move forward. This mysterious objective is reroll 1s to hit. This mysterious objective is going to explode potentially, and the forest is carnivorous. The Librarian did a malediction on those wolves, and he did a Primaris power buffing those Grey Knights. Everybody fired into the wolves over there. The Lehman Russ moved, the Land Raider moved forward and fired into the wolves. The Grey Knights moved forward and fired at that lonely guy sticking out there. The Lehman Russes moved forward a little bit and fired at the Space Wolves over there. And the Penal Legionnaires shot at the Wolf Rider guys. Total results of all the firing ended up in a good portion of the Space Wolf squad being eliminated, and the Rune Priest did a lookout sir with one of his guys, and he... Is that a Rune Priest?
Yes.
Rune Priest and 1 Space Wolf remain. And we'll be back with turn 2. That's what the battlefield looks like. Okay, here is the end of Space Wolf turn 2. Brian, tell us what happened.
Okay, Long Fangs moved further up in the building and snap-fired. Hit ineffectively against the Land Raider, but killed one of the Grey Knights holding the no objective. The Thunderwolves moved into position. The pack of Grey Hunters with the Wolf Priest came in on outflank from reserves and destroyed 1 Lehman Russ, and then the Thunderwolves failed their charge by 2 inches, and 1 pack moved into another building, shot killing another, or missing the other Grey Hunter.
Alright, we'll be back with Grey Knight turn 2. Okay, backing up, here is the overall battlefield. It was a horrific round for the Grey Knights. Dumped fire, Librarian and Grey Knights dumped fire into the Rune Priest, doing absolutely nothing. The Land Raider, I killed 1 guy. I fired into the Long Fangs.
Yeah.
I believe I killed 1 las cannon firer. This Lonely Justicar was ineffective. This was a nightmare. I tried to charge into the Wolf Riders and issue a challenge. I rolled double 1s on the assault and only got 2 guys into assault range. The Commissar couldn't challenge the, what's he called, the Wolf Lord?
Yeah.
And the Lehman Russ tried to do fire directly into his face. It drifted, of course, landing right on top of the tank, and completely ineffective against the Wolf Lord. So things are not looking good for me, but I'm still having a lot of fun, and here's what the overall battlefield looks like. Be back with Space Wolf turn 3. Alright, Space Wolf turn 3. Here's the board. Tell us what happened.
Long Fangs shot at the Grey Knights, and the Land Raider took off, to the glance the Land Raider took off 1 whole point. Nothing to the Grey Knights over there. A pack of Grey Hunters melted the Lehman Russ, and it was wrecked after it lost its last hull point. The Thunderwolf Rider and the Wolf Lord charged the Penal Legion. The Wolf Lord and the Commissar were in a challenge, issued the Commissar a challenge, which the Wolf Lord killed the Commissar, and the Penal Legion took out the 2 Fenrisian wolves while losing 4.
Alright. Be back with Grey Knight turn 3. Alright, this is the table after Grey Knight turn 3. Librarian and Strike Squad continued to fire completely ineffectively at the Rune Priest. The Land Raider burned around the corner of the forest and popped out the Terminators. Both units fired into the Space Wolves, killing 2, I think?
Yes, 2.
The Justicar also fired into that squad, assisting. The Penal Legionnaires, which are now dead off the table, they re-assaulted in insane suicide fashion the HQ and got wiped out. And now the HQ is moving forwards. And that is it. Grey Knights turn 3. We'll be back with Space Wolf turn 4. There's the table. Alright, this was Space Wolf turn 4. Here's the board. What happened, Brian?
The Grey Hunter pack shot and killed the remaining Justicar from the other squad. The Wolf Lord on the Thunderwolf with his other Thunderwolf moved up. The Grey Hunters over here shot and didn't kill anybody. And then the Wolf Lord on the Thunderwolf with his Thunderwolf companion charged in and attacked. The Wolf Lord singled out the Justicar into challenge, single combat, and killed him while taking no additional wounds.
Alright, we'll be back with Grey Knight turn 4. Alright, here's the battlefield after Grey Knight turn 4. The Librarian and Grey Knights continued. They tried to fire him and was ineffective. The Rune Priest. Land Raider, however, turned around and fired into the Rune Priest and his Space Wolf, killing the Space Wolf and turning him back into an independent character who's can't hold that objective. This assault continued, and one of the Wolf Lords, was that a Wolf Lord that died? Or
Thunderwolf Rider.
Thunderwolf Rider died in the assault, and one Terminator died, I believe.
Yes.
And that is looking like the end of Grey Knight turn 4. Give you a sight of the battlefield. So this was Space Wolf turn 5. Tell us what happened, Brian.
Okay, the Longfangs passed their difficult terrain test to move down and out. The Rune Priest shot at the Grey Knight's wounded one, who passed his feel no pain test. The Grey Hunters here shot a Melta into the back of the Land Raider, managed to just take out the Heavy Bolter and reduce it to one more hull point. This pack of Grey Hunters with the Wolf Priest ran to take the objective, and the Wolf Lord on Thunderwolf continues to hold the Grey Knight Terminators at bay in melee.
Alright, this was Grey Knight turn 5. More disaster for the Grey Knights. They fired into Longfangs and killed 2, I think. Land Raider backed up and fired into these Space Wolves ineffectively. And the assault, the Terminators were wiped out in the assault. And that's it. You want to roll to see if the game continues?
Sure. On a 3+ it goes on. It's a 4.
Alright, game will end after this turn. Alright, tell us what happened in the final turn of Space Wolves. Go ahead, Brian.
Okay. This Grey Hunters pack moved and then ran into control of this objective. The Mysterious Forest killed 1. This pack walked into closer to the objective. The forest did not kill anything. The Long Fangs walked and then ran into range to hold the objective. The Rune Priest moved up, shot, was ineffective. The Wolf Lord charged a Land Raider, used a melt-a-bomb, penetrated, and exploded.
Alright, and that is the end of the game. Brian, I want to thank you for an awesome game.
Thanks.
You won by holding 1, 2 objectives, 3 objectives. You also got First Blood, I believe, when you wiped out my Penal Legionnaires. And probably Line Breaker for being in my deployment zone. So that's a lot.
The one that slaying the Warlord?
Yes, and the Slay the Warlord.
Actually, which one was your Warlord?
Actually, my Warlord's still alive.
So I didn't kill
so
him.
you didn't slay my Warlord, and I happened to manage to hold on to 1 measly objective. Still a ton of fun. Brian, you got some beautifully painted minis.
Thank you.
And you run a Warhammer 40K club. You want to give your website or anything to YouTube?
Sure. It's the131.com. You can just go ahead and sign up an account, and we'll activate your account. You're free to use any part of the website, and if you're interested in joining the club, let us know.
All right, well, another great battle report from Greenfield Games in Greenfield, Massachusetts, and hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back with more. Thanks, everybody.